Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're jumping straight in there. Let me see here. I gotta make sure that that's gone. All right. Here we go. How do I see this? There we go. This is what I need. Perfect. Sorry. Dealing with the laptop stuff here. Perfect. All right, here we are. Should be seeing the screen. We are seeing the screen. Let's get into it. Okay. So I haven't really done much from yesterday. I don't know if you see, but if I was just drag off the technical analysis from yesterday, we're pretty much still in the same range. Same list of ideas here, same buyers as before. Not too complicated, actually. These buyers are now station themselves up here. We can probably get rid of these sellers here, and we're dealing with this. So sellers are still real coming to this market open, but nonetheless, yeah, these are basically your zones. But let's clear them all off. Let's start from scratch. Where we have 5 minute here. We got 1 minute into the market open. There's nothing really I can do for the first 5 minutes anyway, so let us get in here. We got our low here. Let me make sure actually. That was from yesterday. Get rid of this. There we go. Alright, so overnight low is here actually. Overnight high is here. Alright. So we're between the range. It's roughly a little over 100 points. Not too bad. Yeah, should see some movement here. Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes out. So just kind of going off pre-market, if we were to take just this context, we have decent amount of real sellers here, right? Decent amount, and this is going to be an area where we're going to pop back into this, possibly test unless we break this low and just dump today. Have some buyers here in the overnight. They just got taken out, but we'll see if this candle kind of comes back up. Then we're gonna find out what's gonna happen here. All right. Nonetheless, we have all these buyers here from yesterday's close. This is going to be an area of resistance here, as well as this one right here. So we'll look and see what these two areas bring us. So that's for the downside. Top side, we have some definite resistance over here. I would probably mark this one out as the most catching. Yeah, this is the most catching. Good morning again. All right. So just dragging this over here. This is going to be an area where we have sellers here, and we would like to see kind of more of an extreme. So we're dipping into these. Be surprised if these hold. But yeah, let's get into it. We've got news coming out. What do we have? Manufacturing, jobs. Jobs are going to put a little pressure on inflation, overall economy's health, and manufacturing. It'll still be some news. There'll still be some news. I don't know if there's any more today to that. Oh, it's not letting me get out of here. Oh well. Alright. Looks like we're dipping into these buyers a little bit. We'll just mark these. Mark this buyer 1. We'll see how these close here. Might readjust it. So with them getting sold into that heavy, we're going to assume that a lot of those sellers got satisfied there. I need to redo that. Let's bring them back here. So now that we broke the pre-market lows, if we hold, I'm going to continue to look for downtrends here. Even though I know we're running into buyers, we'll only look for shorts in the short term. Good morning, Trader DLS. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's get some price action going, huh? Sorry, I'm on my laptop still. Hard for me to get back and forth between devices. So that's tricky. That's the tricky thing. I have to alt tab constantly. It's all good though. All right, let's see here. So first 5-minute candles red. We broke pre-market lows, looking to continue to the downside. And if this one sticks, this might actually be pretty good, right? So we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. There we go. Join here like this. I don't know how to get rid of this tag. Oops. So I'm pretty much going to be hands off for a little bit. We can take a look at the 1 minute though. Let's see here. Let's see here. Just taking a look at certain things for the video. Here we go. All right. So we see some of these buyers kind of holding this down, right? So we're gonna see how this reacts right here. Looks like I used the bit rate a little bit slow for the stream, but that's all right. All right, let's get in. So we took out these buyers. These buyers are gone. Tap it into these next set of buyers here, and as you see, some of them are still present. Now, if we're looking at the 1 minute, how many times we got left? We got 2 minutes left. So still no opportunities on the 1 minute even to get in because it's just straight selling. I mean, for my strategy, just been straight selling this morning, straight selling off. So 9:30, 10, yeah, just straight selling off here. Getting into these buyers here, there might be a little bit of a bounce, might touch pre-market lows again and dip. But we're gonna find out. Let's see how this initial balance goes. We got data coming out here in a second, so that'll affect things for sure. Let me see if I can may need to change the stream a little bit. For some reason it's telling me I didn't put the bit rate up high enough. I don't think I could do that in the middle of the stream. We will see. Let's see here. Alright, maybe that fixed it. I don't know if that'll answer it, but yeah. Tapping into these buyers now from yesterday. So, ooh, Iran prepping a ballistic attack against Israel. Ooh, it's gonna get prickly. Getting into these buyers, they're from here. We're looking right here at these buyers. This is from yesterday. So yesterday we've already sold into yesterday's buyers. This close is below this, which it looks like it is, right? 2-1. Then we're gonna get ready to take out the rest of these buyers here. So we've already eaten into a lot of them. And this is strong selling, so this is going to be resistance going forward, right? Let's see. Looking at the 1 minute here, still no entry. Could do a little bit of a 3-bar, possibly, but just very heavy selling here. 15-minute, it's just a big red bar. Pure selling. Buyers try to take some here. They tried. They did not succeed, but they tried. So buyers are getting eaten a little bit here. I keep moving it down. All right. Just hanging out. First 10 minutes. Nothing too crazy. We broke pre-market lows. We're going to be looking for continuations to the downside here. Exciting. I feel like we haven't been too normal with price action. Last few days have been nice, but it was definitely pretty wild. So this will be nice to see. All right, all right. Just pure dumping right now. Pure dumping. Buyers are here, looking to step in. Let's see if they're going to do it. Now, I'm still going to continue for the short side, so if we get a little bit of a bounce here, I'm hoping that we get some kind of like tight consolidation. Boom, boom, break, take, down. And yeah, we'll see. We will see what else we got. We got some buyers down here as well. Buy side that happened here, so there's still a decent amount of buyers. Here's a fair value gap for ICT people right here. A fair value gap right here. But we're gonna look at all the buy side here, and I'm gonna put it right about there. This is good. So notice we're probably gonna run right in here too, right? So this is where previous buyers have been. See that? So a lot of buyers are gonna look to step in here again. A little sip of coffee. Fortunately, there's a Starbucks right by the work here, so I could just go sneak over there, grab a Starbucks. Although I know that there's better coffees out there. Oh, I almost just spilled my coffee. Yep, my headset for a second. Notice that we're tapping right into this range, so we'll see. Yeah, not too much to do. This would have been probably a better 1 minute take if there would have been an opportunity. Just no opportunity down here. 1 minute though, looking like this. If you draw a trend, boom, boom. We're running right into our buyers where we suspected they were going to be again. And yeah, they got a lot of selling to run into. A 5 minute is it's just dumpstered. So need a little bit more context before we can start making decisions here. Unless you're trading like the footprint or something like that, that would have been a little bit better of a short. But yeah. Again, I'm at work right now. I'm not at my main computer, so things are a little tricky today. All right. Look at that. It's just picking up here. We could 3-bar this to the downside, even though I know there's buyers. Could actually do that. Let me see here. We could, yeah, we'll put one in. 3-bar strong downtrend. I would like to see a second leg though, but let's put it right here. I consider this a strong downtrend, being below pre-market lows and holding below pre-market lows. So we see got 73, so roughly 37 points. Be looking for 37 points off 67, which is roughly 30. So let's see. So this would be an Al Brooks 3-bar play here, about 1 tick below, and we're going to look to catch 30 points on the scalp. Move that up just a touch. So if this drops below, you have your extension bar, you have your inside bar, and then your third inside bar. If it breaks to the downside, that'll be a true 3-bar play. And the inside bar being in the direction of the trade is even a better chances of succeeding. So if it's an inside bar, meaning that it's inside the previous bar. Now this wick's a little outside, but the Nasdaq's not as clean as the ES. This is still considered an inside bar, just not super clean. With this bar being inside the previous bar, but if it was like green, if we went up green for a little bit, then came down red, it would be a not as high quality as the 3-bar that is red, because this should extend to the downside. But we do have data coming out here pretty soon. So, where did data already come out? What time does this come out? 8:45. So data already came out for that 2 minutes ago. Numbers came in.
Order filled.
Better than expected. All right, it's coming down a little bit. Tapped it. Let's see if we get a little continuation here. Stop will be about right. Let me see here. Go 14. Don't want to let that thing run away too much. Let's see if we get a little bit of a move down here. Come on, Nelly. Let's make it happen. Don't wake me. There we go. Got a little 3-bar scalp there. So again, it needs to happen in a strong trend. This is what you don't really see too much. You'll hear about it online. You'll see these quick little things and whatnot. The big thing with 3-bar plays is they need to happen in a strong downtrend or a strong uptrend. That's when 3-bars need to happen. So this is a strong down. As soon as we broke the pre-market lows, closed the second bar, had our inside bar, this is a strong downtrend. So we could play that. So, nonetheless, here we are. So just a little 30-point scalp there. That's a true scalp right there. And I think we took out these buyers, right? Yeah, we took out these buyers too. So if this holds here, these we'll see. I'll throw this back up here for you guys. I don't really, just so we can identify where we're at here in the chart. But I don't actually use this for the strat. But notice if we close below this, like if buyers don't eat them up right now, in the next 30 seconds we close below this, we could assume that these buyers are pretty full, right? Especially if we close below this area. But we could always go down, wick back up, trap some shorts, and then revert. There's all kinds of stuff that could happen. But in theory, these buyers are taken. They've been fulfilled, satisfied. Good morning, by the way, and those who just joined. Hope you guys are having a chill morning. Little scalp here. Alright, so I'm going to remove this level. If buyers come in, then they come in. So we got more data coming in about 10 minutes. Got to prep for these guys. Strong downtrend again. Broke the pre-market lows. Took a little scalp. And really, I can't even really draw a trend right now because it's just straight down. So if I was to draw a trend, it would just be like that. Just straight down, which is fine. I guess I can make it look more flat if I made the candle smaller, but the reality is I don't draw my trends if they continue to just roll. And it's kind of tough to explain, but you see how these 2 points of contact, but this one goes above it immediately. So the first 30 minutes of the day, it's a little different. My contact's a little different for trends. So this one would work if this one sticks, but if this one comes up, I'm removing the trend essentially because it doesn't really do anything for me yet. So 3 minutes left. We'll see what happens here. Let's see on the 1 minute how we're looking. Oh yeah, we're just you're talking dumpstering right now. Here's a little 2-bar here. Might be able to. Well, we could try taking a little heater on the 1 minute, but it hasn't really been cooking too much lately. So we don't still not any real trades on the 1 minute besides this 3-bar here. Here's your 3-bar again. See how this inside bar wasn't white though, it was green, so a little less quality doesn't mean it's not going to work, just a little less quality, but that is another 3-bar play. And then here's a 4-bar play right here. Big engulfing, 1 inside, 2 inside, 4-bar play, which you should see about half the size of the candle, which is about 20, we'll say 23 points, 23 points past this point. So right here, 23 points, which you would not have gotten filled yet. So would it be expecting to get filled here on that 4-bar play? But yeah, there that is again. And then if we were to take this trend break as well off the 1 minute, then this is what the entry would be off the 1 minute. But again, I'm hands off the 1 minute just for the time being. I needed to get more data to be able to filter out some of the bad trades. But here would be your 1 minute scalp here for about 30 points. 30 points, man. These candles are actually looking like this, right? All right, let's get back on the 5 minute. We got 2 minutes left. We can keep looking at the 1 minute. See if this filled with a game. By the way, your 4-bar play here, your 4-bar play would have worked to the downside. That would have got filled already. Now your trend break here, measured move. Let's see if this one gets filled. There would be a 3-point stop up here. Let me see here. 48. Yeah, there you go. Selling into that buying. Pretty heavy. Good morning, Samu. How are you? Is it Samu or Samu? I don't know how you're going to type that to correct me, but good morning nonetheless. Hope you guys have a good morning. So I did not enter this trade, and none of these trades are a recommendation, by the way. I'm not a financial advisor. We do have news coming out at 10. Sipping a little coffee this morning. So again, sellers should be up here in theory, right? Should be right here. So when it dips back into this, oops, I did not want to draw a horizontal line there. Should be there in theory. On a 1 minute time frame, which you got to think, the lower the time frame, the less strength something has. The bigger the time frame, the more strength it has, right? If we're looking at certain buyers on the 15 minute, for example, you have buyers down here. So this would be your strong buying here on a 15 minute basis, which we're going to see how this handles. So this would be stronger than what we've been trading. Eaten into some of those already. And they finish off down there. So we'll see what happens here. Again, this is a 1 minute time frame. If this gets filled, I'm going to check the 5 minute again, see if I have any entries, which it would not be giving me too much. Not too much yet. I could have taken the short. I mean, well, anybody could have taken the short off the beginning here, but with this house blend strat, we're going to be looking for a little bit more context. in terms of zones, in terms of footprint, these were great shorts. Just trading price action though. And just no entries yet. So nothing I could do if this bar goes red, green, dojis, doesn't matter. No context for me yet to get in here. So I can look at the 1 minute for another at least 5 more minutes. Oh, so that one got filled. 30 points got filled off that one. So that's good. And now we're seeing these little last buyers here on this 15 minute. We're dipping into them, seeing if they're going to take, see if they're going to help step in to the buy side. Not that I care either way, but we'll see what happens here. Would the jobs make this do a little mini run up? And then a sell, then a decision? We're going to find out. All right, so biggest bar of the day so far is, let me see here. This one is, oh, almost a 100-point bar. That's crazy, actually. 93 points. Market just sold off. Let's make it look small here. It does. Our pre-market range looks tiny in comparison. It's just dumpstering. 72. So, you know, big moves are nice because they're clean. But in terms of points, you should never think like, oh, 100-point bar, that's amazing. Like, I could have made so much money. Because, you know, if it was a 50-point bar, you just double your contracts and you're going to make the same money. What matters here is quality. You know, the trading quality, if that goes up, you could just size up in contracts and you're making the same much as on a big move. It doesn't make sense to get excited over big moves per se. What you want is you want clean price action. You want good quality setups. Doesn't matter how big the market is. So sometimes you get a little bit FOMO and be like, oh my God, it moved down 200 points. I could have made, you know, oh my God, 400 points. You can't think like that. At the end of the day, setups are setups, quality is quality. But if your strat did do something around here, break off pre-market low, continue to the downside, then that's fantastic. By the way, I'm just saying you don't want to feel, what's it called? Like, what's it called when you don't put your finger on the trigger and you feel bad? Well, there's something, it's called something. I was in the buy, market smashing me a little. Samu. Yeah, yeah. Wait, and what was your reason for buying, Samu? Were you buying where those previous buyers were in the market or something like that? Because there were multiple contexts for buying. Buying here, there's some buying here, there's buying here. Everyone just ran through a little bit, dipped right into the what I'm calling the 15-minute, right? Where a little stronger buying has happened. Then the next context, I wouldn't even call this really institutional buying yet. We'll call this right here though, for sure. This is another level here where you're gonna find buying. Let's put that here. We'll mark this one as well. That'll be another level for later, seeing if we come down to this level. Notice the volume on the day, bigger than the last 2 weeks. Look at that, just right in the beginning. Huge volume coming into this morning. Now buyers are here on the 15-minute, stepping in here. Doing a little bit of retracing here on the 3-minute, on the 5-minute. Let's just check the 1 minute real fast. Buying volume's tapering down as it goes up, so this should roll over to the downside. If I was a gambling man, I'd short here, put a little stop maybe above this wick here, and roll it back to the lows here. If I wasn't playing a system, so because you did have buying, but buying kind of was like heavy, but we could V-shape. Who knows? Not a recommendation, by the way. Let's take another look at the 5-minute. So now we're getting a little bit of range to deal with here. Hopefully now we can get into the markets this morning. And this music is killing me. Give me something else. Too many synths this morning. Here we go. Give me that. Oh. Buying volume picking up here. That's why I don't gamble. Look at that. So came back into where these buyers were. They affirmed their position. See how I just tapped that? and they stepped up and they said, no, we're buying here. Volume did decrease to this buy side. It did rip down for a little bit. I should have put the, wait, isn't that where I put the, oh, I'm gonna have to go back and stream and see. I thought I sold here. I thought I had put it right, oh, but it just missed me barely. And I put my stop right here. They just barely missed that take. It barely missed it and popped. So buyers now are coming back in here. So let's check on and see what our sellers are doing up here. We do have some sell side. Obviously, we have some sell side, but let's see. We want where this volume kind of picks up at. So you got sellers here, and we could probably take a 1 minute context because the volume's so high. We could do a little sellers here, and we could do sellers here. As far as like strong selling, right? So mark these zones for later. We'll get back into them in a second. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. So I'm going to pop up another chart so that way we have a clean price action chart here. Prop up a new window. We'll have our heavy TA screen, technical analysis screen, and then we'll have our clean chart that doesn't have anything. Well, scratch that. I want the pre-market lows and highs. Here we go. There we go. Let's get rid of these zones though. All right. So we have our top pivot here. Pivot high. Finally have a little bit of some retracement here. So technically this would, no, this wouldn't even have been the first break because it keep, well, technically this would have been the first break, but obviously I'm not going to take that. Well, no, obviously, let's just chart it and see what happens. So, yeah, so now we have a low. We've just been putting new lows this whole time for the last 30 minutes. Didn't even have a pivot low yet. So this may be our first pivot low of the day. We're going to find out here. Now, data has already came out. I want to check it, but I can't check it. We have PMI that came out. They sold right into the data, huh? Very interesting. I have a good feeling about today. Might get some good opportunity here. Check the 1 minute again. Isn't that something? Missed me by a tick, stopped me out, came back down. Well, I didn't actually get the trade, but in theory. So, looking for a little bit of a continuation. I actually have a little bit of a mark here. Wait for this bar to close. We'll have something to work with here. This is like regular jazz here. Yeah, here we go. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. 15 minute just dumpstered. So not much we can do here. Got sellers up here. I'll identify these guys again. So we'll call these guys sellers 1. And then we'll go sellers 2 here. All right. So sellers 1, sellers 2. We got buyers down here. There we go. Here's your players for the day. We'll see if we run into any new. Oh, you do have, buyers down here too. But we'll see if we get down to those guys. That's another 300 points away. If we drop 500 points today, that would be pretty wild. Not impossible. All right, one little break. Closing in this candle here. This thing rolls over green. Let's see what happens. I will not get into this trade, by the way, if he rolls over green yet. We're going to be looking for a little bit more context, but I'm still looking for shorts only for the most part. I'll be identifying some stuff, but yeah, this looks like this is where all right, we finally have a pivot low. Volume increasing with this. All right, so first 2 bar here, not taking it. Not going to take it, mind you. I'm going to wait and see what's going on. Kind of peek at the 1 minute here. See what's going on here. Let's kind of roll. See how this is kind of curling up. It's not just like a straight. It's not just a straight point here. Here's a point. It's kind of like. Let's see here. Where is it at? Oh, whatever. I don't have my marker. Nonetheless, curling is different than wedging. Sometimes when you get an aggressive curl, you might see it pop back up to the sellers, right? Up this area, and then see if it wants to take. But this candle might be breaking that curl right here. A lot of volume here on that data, as there should be. Yeah, I'm digging this. Parisian jazz. This is nice. Alright, still got a few minutes left. I would say this is our top trend officially. If this bar flips green again with these buyers, that would be really, not surprising, but it would be, I guess it would be surprising a little bit, but it would be surprised if it flipped green again. But here's these buyers again. Let's see. Let's see how it reacts to these buyers down here. We have put in a low, so we can now take trap setups and stuff like that if we get near this range again within 7 point. Well, it is a big day. We might give it up to like 10 points or something. Yeah, I want to see it get, what is this, a 15-point range? Maybe like 10 points. If it gets down to the 88s and tests. Notice the Stalin here. Those buyers are trying again at this level. Will they chew them up? Got a break here on the 5-minute. Going to be looking for a continuation to the downside. Make it a little smaller so it doesn't look so crazy. Okay, this guy's getting a little wild here. That was a little expressive there, buddy. You need to calm down with that piano. If I was like a bassist, I would have been looking at that dude, been like, "What are you doing, bro? That's a little off course here, buddy. Keep it tight. We're not trying to make no grandmas rock out of their chairs right now." Yeah, this guy's. I don't know about this dude. Like, it sounds good, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it works, but the composition's a little wild. I mean, that's jazz in general, but I'm just going to say I would vote this guy off the tribe. That's all I'm going to say. Pick someone who doesn't really, I want him to throw darts at the wall while looking at it, you know? First break here on the 5-minute. We're going to see how this reacts. Do a quick peek at the 1 minute here. A little 2-bar on the 1 minute. Boom, boom. Possible short on the 1 minute. I'm not touching it yet. 3-bar as well. If this breaks. If we get a break down here to the downside. Ooh, it's tempting. It's tempting. Oh, yeah. So, your take profit would have been on the 2-bar is down here at the 44s. No, not a recommendation, by the way. And then your 3-bar, if you would have played the 3-bar play, 3-bar would have been, see, 12 points. 12-point scalp here. So from this low here, 12 points. There's your scalp. Boom. That's how you get that. And then it looks like 44s, so about 20 points away still. Keep it down to 5-minute. And it looks like a lot of these buyers are getting eaten up. We will see. Look at that. Wow. Might be coming down to these buyers down here. Yeah, we're definitely going to call this. If the buyers are here, they're barely here. They're hanging on. Where's my... How do I make this smaller? What's going on here? Did I draw this too far? Yeah. Buyers are hanging on down here. By a thread. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not clapping at that song. They need a pianist. Need to get a dude that's a little more sophisticated for me. That guy was all over the place. All right, so I'm just gonna move this buyers because it looks like they're getting taken. There's still hope. Oh, I was about to say there's still hope for them. Just dumpsters on them. So I got to measure this bar here. Let's see here. Got 94 points here. Let's see here. This one is. As long as it's under 94, yeah, we're still good. As long as it's not as big as the previous bar, we're good. So we'll be looking short here if this bar closes red. If this bar tries to go lower, comes back into this range here. As long as this didn't break, which I think it did break pretty low. Let's see. 20 points, that's not too bad. It's really not too bad. If we come back up into this range here, I would like it more if it came back up here. If this bar went down, came all the way back up here, I'm going long. And if it's gonna do it, it's gonna do it at the 20,000 mark anyways. But if it kind of comes back up here, tries to go lower, come back here, we're gonna call this a big short trap down here. If this breaks, and as long as this wick is not more than 50%, what do you guys think? Is it safe for me to call these buyers gone? I think I have to wait for this candle to close still. I'm gonna say that these buyers are toasted though. Yeah, I'm gonna call these guys gone. We're just gonna call it. All right, so getting down to these buyers down here. 2-minute candle left. We'll be looking to go short here if this candle closes red. I would love it better if it didn't go below this point here, because I would like to take profits ahead of this 800 level. I would like to get in, take profits before these buyers. But again, I don't want this wick to come all the way back up to like right up here at the 50s. Like that. That's exactly what I don't want. If that happens, I don't know how I feel about it. And then volume wise too, I need volume to kick up here. If this volume can't get up here, I'm probably not going to take it. It's kind of tough to see though, because it's not telling me what the actual volume is. If I like refresh it, it'll do it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Wait. Yeah, so the volume, so still good. Okay, so what did I say? I said if this bar breaks out, tries to go lower, comes back up to here. If it comes back above here, I'm going to look to take the long. If not, and this just goes down, it flushes last second and last minute. So the buyers, look at, see this buyers right here? Did they iceberg this and buy it back up? I need to move that buyer signal back up here. It's possible. 1 minute left. If this thing starts going down heavy, look at the volume. The volumes should be more than this in the last minute for sure. So if this volume gets down here, I'm going to be taking the short. I got all the signals. Not a recommendation. Let's see what happens here. And then if it goes green, I want it to go green up here. If it goes green here, it's a maybe take. It's a maybe take, but I don't think I'd be interested in it if it kind of comes up barely above here. If it comes in this range here, nah. I want to see it get above here. Well, let's see. Let's see if we get a dump last 30 seconds of this candle. Buyers are trying. If sellers can get, let me see, what's half this candle here. About 50, so 25. So as long as it's below here, at that 49, I'm going to take a short. Needs to get below 49. Below. 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 All right, I'm in it. Look at that. It almost gapped down below my candle here. All right, so let's see here. Let me just put a rough stop in here. 200 points? Oh my lord. This is just moving today. All right, let's see. 1 micro. If those guys traded minis today, I applaud you. Is that right where it's at? Couldn't see because of the volume. Look at my clean chart here. It's supposed to be clean chart here. All right. I'm like right there. What is this? 38? No. It's hidden. I'm just going to move it a couple more points down. Yeah, roughly right here. All right. There we go. All right, let's see if we get this fill. It needs to come down 100 points. Oh, man. Hopefully I can do that in one bar again. Let's continue these 100-point bars here. Move some of these levels, clean the little chart sweeping. Strong downtrend. Good lord. This is just... Whew. If I've ever seen heavy, this is heavy. Hopefully, see this volume, how it picked up above these sellers here. That's what we wanted into this. Even though the wick was almost halfway, I still take it. Easy fill, Knicks, you think? What do you think, dude? What do you think, Mitch? Old Mitchell? You like Mitch or Mitchell? Or Azza? Which one? Come on, baby. Let's see a big flush down here. I want to see a panic flush. I would almost want to be a buyer down here as well. I want to see this buying at this 800 level. Well, I mean, because what are the odds, right? We flushed like 800,000 points in one day. Come on. All right, so 15 minute. We're looking 15-minute context. Just selling all morning. If this was going to reverse in a strong downtrend, I would expect to see a big exhaustion bar, tap into these buyers down here, and then kind of come back up. I really like this position, actually. I like that we're ahead of these buyers here by a decent amount, by like 40 points. That's really comfortable for me. I feel good because I know buyers are going to be down here. So being way ahead of these buyers makes me feel good about that position. Really good, actually. Not a recommendation, by the way. Lord of the Ashen Realm. I don't know, dude. That's pretty heavy. That's a mouthful. Can we get that down to like 2 syllables? Can you abbreviate that for me? I'll call you Klar. So that's the what do you call it? Yeah, Klar. Dude, I just gave you a new tag. Klardak. I gave you a new gamer tag, dude. That's beautiful. This thing gapped. I got that filled. Did you see? If I didn't press that button right there, immediately after I would have got like 20 points of slippage right there. If I didn't I pressed it in the moment, it filled me. The second after, that was a $40 click right there. Either way, if I get stopped out either way, it was a $40 click. Let me see. I need to put the 3-point here. 48.51. Hopefully it doesn't get back. Well, maybe I'll get a 6-point stop because we're a little bit moving crazy today. Anything over 100-point bars, it gets a little wild. Come on, Nelly. Come down here. There you go. A little volume pickup. If buyers keep getting squeezed, if we're looking at the footprint right now, you would just see buyers getting trashed right now. Obviously, but I mean, we could actually see it. There's a difference. Give me a new purpose in life and we're business. Sounds like those sell algos are in play right now if you're getting $40 jumps off an entry time. Yeah, that was crazy. That was quite literally crazy. I don't really like the buying that's happening here, though, or whatever is happening. Somebody trying to step in here. I guess I got to get below these dudes here. Guess there's buyers here. Yeah, there was buyers here. Where was this level at? Why didn't I mark this level? That's exactly where the buyers are. Did I mark it before? I don't know. So, yes, buyers here as well. Oh, yes. Dipping our toes right in there. I think we still come down to these big macho guys down here, but if these guys take it up, that'd be impressive. Oh no, I'm chilling. We're in there. I'm chilling. I got my coffee. Jazz, as long as these pianists don't get a little too wild, right? Stay on course. They want to start playing a different. It's like, dude, we're at a cafe right now, dude. They're playing as if we're at a concert. You need to chill out. Sell them at 44. Boom. Tagged you. Right there. That's exactly where I'm at. Actually, 45. Technically, you get a little better, a little worse. I don't know. All right, it's trying. Let's see. Need a 1 minute fair value gap here. What? Am I gonna do an ICT concept? I don't know. Maybe. I'll take another up here if it comes up here. Take one right. Actually, I'll take one right here. Right here. If it wants to come up. If it wants to come up and be testy, I'll take one there. Where's my buyer's tag? Here we are. All right, here we are. Yeah, if we're gonna come up, tap this area here, 1 minute fair value gap, but legitimately, I don't really care about fair value gaps. But this is where sellers are gonna be right here in this range, from a 1 minute standpoint, which the volume's so crazy that 1 minute's working. So I want to be a seller right here. Boom. Fair value gap's up here, but I'm gonna front run it a little bit. I'm gonna say it's gonna come tap here. Volume increasing to the buy side here. What is this? 50 points, another $100. Okay, that works for me. So that'll be another 300. 300 to the sell side. So I'll be risking 3 to 5. It's not bad. Let's see. 15 minutes important here too. Go to our clean chart. So this got taken. No worries. I'm going to tell my baker friends to jump in. All right. Thanks, Mitchell. Clar. 54. 54.5. Okay. So you're typing so fast, can you keep up with the chat there? Let's see if we get a another one here. I missed these buyers here. It wouldn't have changed my sell here, by the way. Let's see if I can get a little bit better pricing up here. If it comes and taps up into this range, I'd like to get a little bit more. That'd be nice. Hope you guys having a good morning. Big range today. Woo! Big dump. Doesn't look big though on this little chart, does it? If we're looking at like any other day, this is what we'd be looking at right now. We'd be looking at this. That's how big the candles really are. Like, oh my god. These bars are massive. For those dudes trading minis today, good luck to you. Alright, so that didn't take. So we're going to go here. Got a new bottom trend too. Keep an eye here. Let's do that. That wasn't a break. Was it a break? Let's find out. Yeah, it wouldn't matter anyways. Let's see. Let us see. I would expect a flash dump buy before this trend moves. If we just slowly grind up, that would be really impressive to me. It's like, I wouldn't expect that. Just a slow grind up. I would expect to see, boom, like this final, like the shorts give this final stand, dumps down, perfectly ticks me out, and then I bought it with where all the buyers are. Actually, the buyers are here, but that would be nice. So buyers are here. I'm going to stretch them down a little bit because we chewed into them a tiny bit. Give them let's bring this over here a little bit. Yeah, so they got eaten a little bit. All right. 15-minute, just dumping. And notice that these bars are a little smaller, right? This is picking up to the downside. So you have bottom wicks, now a top wick, almost a close heavy. Now a big top wick comparison to the bar. If this closes really heavy, it's going to close very heavy, and then we might actually see some retracement. So I think we're going to tap into these buyers down here personally, but anything can happen on the market. None of these trades are recommendations, by the way. This is a 1 minute fair value gap. I'll just mark this for later. Not that I need it. 1 minute fair value gap for ICT people. Even though I do not have enough experience with it, but there you go. I think you have a fair value gap that's not, right? Like this is almost a fair value gap. Boom. If I put this here? No, because I think it needs wicks on both sides. I don't know. We'll see. Running into these buyers again here. We're going to see if these buyers are going to hold. If they crack, we should see some downside here. And 800s, I think, is going to be that level. I would like to be a buyer at 800s if I was trading positional type trades. See, this pianist understands the assignment, dude. He knows where he's at. He's not just fiddling. All right, buyers are getting taken a little bit here. Let's see. They should get squeezed. Hopefully see a little bit more downside. I'm not going to sell into this again if it comes up. This move's got to happen. Not right here, but I don't want to see I don't want to see myself get above this level again, basically. So that would basically be insinuating that there's new buyers. So I'm going to minimize my risk here. That's not technically a part of the strat, but in theory, if we find new buyers above this level here, maybe I'll put it above here. Let's get a little bit of a taper. Nothing crazy. In theory, if we find new buyers above this level, this could mark the shift of momentum, right? To the upside. So if I'm putting my stop somewhere above here, then I would be in line with that. So what's going to get me out of this trade, by the way, is either a trend break or like a 15-minute signal. So buyers still holding at this level, 20 seconds left. Hoping this candle can get below here. If it gets below here, we should see an extension to the downside. Should see a nice little pop. If we get in here, we might see a retracement back up again. If we get above here, we could still probably dump after we get above here. So this is kind of middle of the range of the buyers. They're trying. We can move this down. They're getting a lot of buying is happening, and we're gonna see if these buyers can hold them. I'm gonna say these guys get chewed up to here. A little bit of a crack here. Let's see if we can get that flush that we want. Nice big flush. I want a nice, just open-ended dumpster. 15 has just been pure selling for the last hour. Not pure, but heavily. See if we can get this nice little boom, little bumping around here. I would have to add to my short if this bar goes red as well. See? This pianist, dude, there's a difference. He's not just going wild. He's in the pocket. See, he's doing a little flirting. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. But he understands. He's not going crazy. He's not just doing random licks that don't make sense. This guy knows what he's doing. He's bringing it back down. It's like we've been here the whole time. See, this guy understands it. Come on. Come to daddy. Right here. This is where I want you. A40s. Come tag me. Come on. So technically I'm supposed to take another here if this bar goes red. Another 100 points. I just don't know if I want to take it though, considering we've been down and we're running into these major buyers down here. 76. I mean, I'm supposed to run the system, I know, but at the same time, just don't know. I don't know if I want to take it down there. By the way, I'm going to say these dudes are toast, maybe. See, they can't find buying interest up here at these levels because they continue to fail. I think the market's going to come down here, and this is where the market's actually going to try and catch these buyers again. Again, these buyers are from this level over here. Boom, these buyers. So, getting close to that range, we're kind of hitting the tops of these levels here. Actually, where I am is basically at the tops of these levels. I wouldn't be surprised to see us just do a bump and run here. It's only 40 points away. But at this point, you have real buying that's happened here at these levels on the 15 minute, right? And I'm expecting to come down into these levels. So, I would be surprised if the market reversed ahead of them. If that makes sense. $50 left. I will add another short here if this bar has some depth to it. If it's really shallow, I'm not going to do it. Let's see here. 44 points? Well, no. So if that candle kind of comes below here, I'll do it. This is a bear trap here. Notice we broke out, came down, came back up, but I do not take it because I'm in a different context. But this is a bear trap. If this came back up into the best would be for it to come up here above this. If it can't get above this and just gets like right here, let's see, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is not a buy for me because of even though the volume's nice, this candle wick's too big. So I'm not going to buy that. It's not a purchase order here. We'll see how this next one goes though. Just hanging out here. See if we can get this little flush. And step in with these buyers. I would be a buyer here though. Strong support here. Maybe you need to put a stop loss at break even. It's previous week's low. So trade sign. If I was to put the stop loss at break even, which is possible, I did already move my stop, but we still have these sellers here that we have to get through. Technically, they're all right here. If we can't find buying interest above these levels here, at these levels, above these levels, then this trade is still in play because we need buying interest to move the market. So if there's a lack of buying interest here, even if it was, and I know I'm putting my stop here, but I really I'll leave my stop here. So break evens right here. So again, we're trying to think. The idea is we're trying to see if real buyers are going to come in. They need to come in here. It doesn't matter if buyers come down here. The next set of buyers should be here. There is a set of buyers though that are here somewhere from previous. But yeah, so you could say real buying would come in, but even still, I could get wicked out at break even, and then the move continue to the downside because strong buyers need to get above this level. And even still, I don't even feel good about putting my stop here. Really, I want to put it here above this level because at that point, but we'll see. It's previous week's low. Let's look at the top step level too, since you're saying that. All right, boom. Previous week's low is this white one. Previous week's low. Last week's low. Yep, last week's low right here. Boom. It's possible. It's very possible. We went a little bit above it, a little bit below it. But we'll see. We will see. Until I get a, let me see here. This was a break. What was this? How many points is this here? Oops, that's not a measurement tool. $10 points. This is a low. So boom, test here. If this breaks 2, I could probably get out of the trade. But if it doesn't break 2, I can't get out of the trade. Yeah, trade sign. I feel you though. I feel you up here. The only thing is this trading strat's supposed to be systemic, so I'm not really supposed to manual override the strategy. If I start manual overriding the strategy, then things get a little. The psychology starts going down, right? And I start like, oh, maybe I want to do it off here, hit these levels. I want to trade it off here. I want to get out. It's possible. I can get ran through, lose a couple $100. It is what it is. Really, I need to put my stop. If I was trading pure systemic, I need to put my stop here. Here, 50, we'll go 55. This is where I need to put my stop. This is where we have strong selling up here. So even if the market comes all the way back up here, I may even sell into this again for more downside exposure. But we're going to find out. One break. Let's see. Stop at break even. Boom. I'm almost tagged out. Let us see. See, this guy's a little off base here. See what I'm saying? This Jazz guy, he's a little all over the place, too mechanical. Wish I could skip him, but it's live. But this dude, he's not really bringing in correct ideas into this beat here. When I say correct, I shouldn't even say correct. It is Jazz. He can do whatever he wants, but he's just kind of flailing around. There's no actual like what picture is he painting here? This dude's just all over the place. All right, he's bringing it in now. Let's see if we can stay put here. I'm talking about the pianist, not the chart. So that would have been break even right there. Boom. So 15-minute, still here. Could shoot all the way up. But this trade's not really invalidated until we get new buyers above this level. Get new buyers above this level, then we're talking. Whole market shift. But until then, I'm still looking for shorts. We're going to find out. I might even take another one. Where should I take another one? Why is this here? Let's get rid of that. Let's go to the clean chart here. All right, so this will be the second bar that breaks if it goes green. Volume needs to kick up above these levels for me to feel comfortable. If the volume's still pretty low, not super interested. We did test the extreme within a small point here. So if the volume kicked up above this level, I would reverse the trade. If it does not kick above these levels here, I'm staying in my short. But you get a low, you get a test of the low, tried to go lower, came back up. This is only, I think this is less than 7 points, I think. Let's see. It's about 10 points. This is borderline. This is borderline a new low, but since we have 100-point bars today, I would consider this a retest of the extreme here. Boom, extreme, came out, retest, came back in the range here. So if the volume can get up, we're talking business. If the volume can't get up there, and there's no buyers that want to take it, then it is what it is. Let us find out. So I would like to be a strong seller here, or not strong seller, but let's see. I'll put it right here in this zone here. See if we get a little bit of pricing with another $40 if it gets up in this range. I'll do it right at the bottom of this. Sell one here. There you go. Look at the clean chart. A lot of stuff going on in this one. It's pretty messy. But yeah, clean chart. Here we are. Let's see. I'm going to refresh it so we can see that updated volume. Oh no, it's going to give me it's going to give me all. Oh, it's the one thing that kills me about Top Step. Get rid of these levels real quick. And yeah, here we are. We don't really need the, well, we can do a trend line, I guess, but don't need too much beyond that. All right, let's see. See that volume, how low that volume is? Doesn't necessarily mean the market won't reverse, but it's definitely not aggressive. And there are sellers up here. This is where you're going to find sellers again into this market, right where these guys are. Bunch of sellers, and it's not just because of the ICT thing. That's not what's driving the sellers. There's sellers here. It's big box. So I'm looking to participate a part of these sellers. So now my question is, TradeZilla, you still here, bro? TradeZine? Let me see. If you're still here, TradeZine, my question is, what if the market can't get it above the previous week's low? Because that support would turn into resistance, right? Technically. We'll see. Would be surprised to see it slowly drift up, but if the volume kicks up all of a sudden, we have like a big, huge bar up here, maybe. They're trying. I don't think we'll close below it, but let me see. I'm going to open up another window here. Let's see if we can get another one. I want to take a peek at the daily levels and stuff. Let's see here. Remove drawings. Let's have a look at the daily. So I am curious. Ooh. Dude, did we just... See, on a daily context, putting in a new low here is kind of... We're really close. and we tapped off of it. It's pretty wild. I still think we rip up overall, right? But I wouldn't be surprised to see us come down, tap the trend, and rip up. We'll see. Mm-hmm. That's it. That weekly kick, weekly what do you say? Weekly low trade sign. Previous week low. Previous week low is looking like resistance almost right now. Got below it. Try to get above it. Sold. Trying to get above it again. Sold. We'll see. But you might be right. Support. I mean, not be right. This would definitely act as an area where buyers would look to step in again. I think we're gonna do a tap and run here. A boom. But who knows? I could get slowly drifted off. Drifted out and up. So notice the volume here on the two buying here. This would have been normally an entry. Since the volume's really low though in comparison with this sell volume here, even though I know it's the middle of the day, or not middle of the day, but we're an hour into market open, so volume is going to have a tendency to be lower anyways. Just from back testing, I'm supposed to not get into this trade here, so or reverse this trade. So I'm going to stick with that. Let's go with the clean chart. Daily's looking pretty wild though. Look at that. Let's try in. This might be one of those trades where I have to hold it for like 3 hours. Oh, would not look forward to that. Those trades are the worst when you got to hold it for 3 hours straight. I'm like, oh man, just put me out of my misery already. So yeah, I would be surprised to see this slowly float up, but that would be saying that aggressive sellers that were like either rotating out of their positions or just selling in general has slowed. Even if there's not aggressive buyers, the sellers just might be exhausted. But again, if you don't find new buying interest like institutional buying interest up at these levels here, actually we need them above this level technically, but being here, if we would have that volume really kick in up here, that would be a point. So point of control for the day is more than likely right where it's sitting. This is the point of control, and I'm short at the point of control. So with the point of control flipping, going from probably, yeah, I don't know. Let's just have a look. I think point of control is right here though, in between at 40 level. Let's see here. Where are we at? Where is my? There we go. Point of control, right here. Right where I said 38.75. I said 40, but it's about the point of control there. I need to change that setting here. I need to make it to where this is like. Did that work? No? I'm gonna do that. There's a way that he did it that was like. Does that change it? I need to figure out how to change it so it's not so square. Row size 200, value area. What if I did like 30? It still doesn't really change much, does it? No, let's get rid of that one. See if I can find another one. You don't want to go for me? What do I have to do? No. Let's see. Is this it? Alright. Nonetheless, here we are. Settings. Let me see. Okay, row size. We want them small, right? Right? No, you want them big. Okay, so let's see. What's 200 do here? Alright, what's 1,000 do here? Let's do 500. See, this is what I'm not understanding. What I'm not understanding. Let's go back to 200. I don't want them square like this. I want them like jagged and pointy. I don't know. Nonetheless, you see the POC. It's this red line here. So, no need to do that. But yeah, point of control's down here now. Second one was up here, of course, and then this was all light volume as expected. So, all right, let's see if we get a little roll over here. Maybe. Maybe. Let's look at our TA chart here. So if I had put my stop at break even, I would have got stopped out. And if this flushes, I would have got stopped out and then it worked. But if it doesn't, then it would protect me. So either way. See, this pianist is a little better, dude. Like this dude. See, he's not just outrageous. This guy's keeping you grounded. Come on, mate. Get us down here. The 40s. Now, if this candle goes green, this candle flips. Long wick goes green here. That wouldn't make me feel too confident. If it just wicks goes green back up to weekly high, I'd be like, ooh, I don't know. This is probably going to continue higher. I'd still have to stay in the trade just because of the system, but I wouldn't like feel fantastic about it. All right, this is going to go. We know that that's at that 50 level. All right. Can we get that little volume pickup here? A little bit of continuation, maybe? That's interesting. Big buying here. Here's your current buyers here. Dipped into that level again, but here's your buyers right now currently. Sellers almost took into real sellers up here. So these people should be looking to reaffirm their positions in the 1 minute. If we break below this, we should see a flash, but this will be support here for right now. Let's watch it. Let me just keep an eye on the 5 minute. Broke below. Look at that. Boom, right off this level. So this looks a bit, I don't know, looks a bit forced. And then for them to cover out of this position, it's giving trapped feelings. But this is definitely, notice the price action, how clean everything looks. I say clean. This doesn't look clean, but that's news. But then we had clean price action, fairly clean, and then it just gets messy, and then it gets really just nasty. Wicking everything, just kind of crazy. So yeah, that level, I marked it as a support. Pulling right up in there. Volume upticked. Increase on the 1 minute. It's interesting. Had a little bit of a break here on the 5 minute. Barely. Get rid of this level. That was a decent break. Let's see. See this pianist right here? This guy doesn't know what he's doing. This guy's just fluttering. I say doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, he understands theory. He understands scales. He understands modes. This is too much. He's just puking at the piano right now. He doesn't really like get it. See, he's just fluttering into changes. Yeah, he's all over the place. What's the story here? Like, if you heard this dude and you're like, what's the story here? There's no story. This dude is just sitting there throwing stuff. It's like a food fight for music. This guy's just throwing stuff everywhere. He's just like, oh, have some ham. Throw some cheese on it. Here's some oatmeal. Take some grapes. I'm like, God, Lord, you're just mixing food groups here with music. Look at this. Now we're going staccato here. I could probably literally do better. This guy is ridiculous. He's doing basic licks. He's probably some beast too. I'm just like downing this beast right here, but I don't even know if I could actually play this. I need to find a. I'm gonna pick a different one. I don't want this video to get clapped because this one's live. I need to find one that's not live. That way I know the copyright thing is. I don't get clapped on my video. See, I need to pick a different thing anyways. I need to go Google. Google. There we go. Don't I have Google? Don't I even have Google downloaded? It's crazy. All right. Let's get this over with. I don't have ads with YouTube TV, but I can't do it on the same browser. So I've got two different browsers open. So where this buying happened here, again, there was some institution buying on the 1 minute, right? Or I say institution. There was some strong buying with uptick in volume here. So with that uptick in volume on the 1 minute, about right here is your support, right? Because this is where strong buyers are going to look, or buyers are going to look to get back into this position. Just if buyers cannot, if there's not new buying interest above key levels here, if we can't get new buyers basically above here, either on the 1 minute, on a 1 minute standpoint, not new buyers here, and even if they do, we're still running into some really serious selling up here. If we can't get new buyers up above these levels, this is likely to keep testing to see if how much this buyer can accumulate before they're going to have to crack and give it up. So we're going to find out though. A little bit of some buying action that happened. For you pattern people, this is kind of flagging a little bit. A little bit. It's not as clean. This was kind of the first 3-bar here, but yeah, not as clean. Let me check. All right, let me see here. Make sure you guys aren't seeing nothing. Yep, you guys are just watching the screen. Perfect. All right. Music's coming soon. Music's coming soon. While I'm doing this, I can put music on, I guess. But that dude needed to go. Couldn't take another second of him. Just doing nothing. It was blowing my mind. It's honestly probably what I would do. I could probably do just as that good because I'm not a great musician. But I know that I wouldn't really want to listen to myself play the music, right? If I'm going to enjoy listening to music, I want to hear someone that's actually a beast. They don't have to be a beast. They just have to make sense. Just make sense. All right, let's see here. Here we go. This live right now? This should still be fine. We'll switch it up. Switch up the tempo. All right, so buyers were here. Should look to reinforce this position. If they can't reinforce this position, we crack lower again. I think we're going to test these big buyers down here. But who knows? Anything can happen here. Let's go to the clean chart here. Still have a limit sell up here, but since it's rolling over, I definitely don't want it to double a bottom and sell into that. Again, because of the strong selling here, these guys, right here, because of those guys, if we come back up and test them and they're strong again, this could shove it down to the take profit. And which is why I don't put my stop here, because if I put my stop here, I'm putting my stop right where the sellers are going to start getting in there. Why would I put my stop right ahead of those sellers? Figured you can put it in a little bit, but this whole play is based off of these sellers here. That's the whole play. So if I was to change the play and put my stop here, put it at break even, put it at something else, it's just not, break even doesn't end the trade idea. It just makes it to where I didn't lose money, nor will I gain money though, really. If I was taking big swings, bigger like positional plays, break even makes a tiny bit more sense because like once you've found an area, the trading idea basically is over. But even still, I like adding to a winning position. For me, this is still a winning position, even if it was in drawdown because of the strategy. The strategy is a winning position. So I would like to add more where these sellers are, up at the 2020s or something like that. But with this double bottoming, if we get to bounce off the double bottom 2-bar here, this could make or break a different page here. This could definitely sign a different momentum shift. So let's see if we get this flush here. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not getting too excited, but we'll find out here. Again, buyers are here, right? In the 1 minute we saw them. Let's see if they want to continue here. Couldn't get new buying interest above here yet. We need these buyers to, if you're long, if you're looking long, you want these buyers to step up. But really, where I'm expecting buyers is down here. Let's see if we get them. See if this can open up a little bit. this bar goes red, I will add another unless it gets really big or, yeah, as long as it kind of gets to that 40s level, I'll add another. Let's see here. Yeah, it might be a little too big now, but we'll see. As long as it doesn't get below the 60. I don't want to be a seller into those huge buyers down here. So if this wicks all the way green, I may have to shift positions. Maybe. Get a little bit of a breakout here. Would be a bear trap. Test to the extreme, bear trap to the upside. Say we broke. If we get back to this level here, if we go green back to this level here, it's going to be really hard for me not to go long. But hopefully we get a little flush first. Get our target fill. That would be nice. It's retesting the extremes here. Definitely, this is a much better retest here. Much better retest. About 5 points. That's exactly what a retest should look like. I had a hard time getting above that last week's level. Right here. Acting a little bit as resistance almost, which is surprising. Let's see. See if we get a little uptick in volume. I would like the volume to... It is above here. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen here. Again, if it gets below... I just want to mark that level just so I have it. But if it gets below the 60s, I don't even really want to mess with it. If it gets below this level. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I liked it. 6 points on 100 points. A bar, I lost $12 there, but I'll take it. So if we rip up now and get all the way back up here, I'm definitely going long. For sure going to go long. But really, I would expect the real buying to happen down here. If I was even had a different account, I would actually place some orders on the buy at the 800 level or ahead of it because I'm expecting those institutional buyers there. Ooh. But see, see now we're opening up a little bit. I think what was the take profit at? Take profit was at 44 level. Let's see here. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Right here, roughly. So almost there. 40. There it is. Got the tap at 40. Right there. There we got filled. Perfect. So the trading idea is over too. So wonderful. There it is. We made it happen. So putting the break a stop even would have not lost me money, but would have not let me gain this money here. And I think in most cases, actually, putting a stops at break even actually is from certain strategies, they can actually not be a winning strategy because you're not letting your take profit go to fruition. But it can help you protect capital in certain areas, especially if you're doing big, like 5 to 1s, 5 to 1 and up. Stop at break evens are cool because you can get back into different entries. You're looking 5 to 1, 20 to 1, or 5 to 1, 10 to 1, stuff like that. Those make a little bit more sense. Same thing with trailing stops, right? When you're doing a trading into these big trends, finding these big moves, trailing stops work great in that context too. So let me see here. What is the break here? This was how many points? This is 27 points. Yeah, that's a new low. So buyers should be stepping in at the 800 level. I don't even have a practice account here. If I had a practice account, I would knock on a practice account and be like hypothetically buying at 800. All right, this music is not it either. It's not it. Not it. broke out, came down, comes back into, I mean, if it came back up here, I'd feel good about it. Here, I would still say that we're in a low. If it came between these two ranges, I don't know. If it came back above this level, kind of like engulf this whole thing, I might be interested in going long. We'll see. That was that 60 level. So this is supposed to be a take here to the short side, by the way. This is supposed to be an add to the short. But because I know there's strong buying here, I don't necessarily want to get into that. So, let's see, how big is this bar too? Oh, not too big. I don't love it. I don't love getting into the short. The volume looks great. Everything looks great. Besides, I know that there being a ton of big buyers down here. So, and it doesn't mean that we can't get down to these levels, mind you. It just means that I think we're going to I think I can find a little bit of a nook, a little bit better of a nook than getting in this early. Because I still think we need to come up and test these sellers first. And that would kind of break me out, which is right here. And then with that level, right, that last week's low being that level, I think that it's possible we come up and test it again. Couple different ways to think about it, but I have to put my stop at roughly at the 30s, and I don't know. It just doesn't feel, it's not sitting right with me to do that. Nonetheless, I'm going to chart it anyways. We will chart it. See, there's a difference in music. You see with this, even though they're building tension with different chords, the trumpet kind of comes in and brings a little bit of resolution. The guitar's job is to build some harmonic tension. And now the trumpet comes in and brings it home. Not building a lot of tension. He's the what you would call, I think, the tonic. So things make sense. He doesn't have to be fancy. There doesn't have to be a bunch of licks everywhere. You could just make it make sense. Anyways, 89 points at the downside. Could be setting up for a 3-bar here. This could continue. I still could take. I may get long if it comes back up to the short. I mean, if it comes back to the 900s. Or we retrace a little bit. I just don't want to be long down here. Not next to these buyers. Setting up for a 3-bar here. Could get a little scalp. Really tricky here. Let me see here. What's this bar? 66.33. Put us right at 800. So short entry would be 1 tick below. And 33 would be like 799. That would be your exit on a 3-bar here. Strong downtrend. Huge bar here. And then 3-bar to the downside. 1 tick below. I'm not taking it. I don't really want to take anything where I know these buyers are at. I kind of want to see it react first. And again, these are not recommendations. I'm not a financial advisor. So good quality setup there. Bit of a break here. It's a little recap. Could be looking down here to the 89s. Could be 3-barring here. So you would have got filled on that tick, by the way, if you with the theory of the 3-bar, that would have been a fill. Stomp would be roughly somewhere up here. I think I want to go more than halfway. But yeah, that would have been a fill down here. So basically another short would be right here. Stop would be roughly there, and then 33 points. Sounds good. But yeah. So let's see if we get a little continuation here. 3-bar, little scalp. I'm not in this trade. Nice big volume here on that one. Volume's tapering off. I really do think we find buyers here. At the end of the day, it's been what, 500 points? 450 points? I think we find some buyers. Especially with the daily. Oh, this is not the daily. Should have been the daily. Let's see here. All right, so especially with the daily rate, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see it just dump. We're down 2% today. What was this? 1.5, 1.62, 3.27. That was a crazy move, though. If we did have something like this, oh my gosh, that would be insane. But yeah, I think we're gonna find a little bit of support. Maybe retrace a little bit. If we flip green, that would be insane, actually. It's moving kind of slow. Buyers need to come in somewhere if this thing wants to reverse. I don't think it's going to reverse in the middle of this range right here. I think you're going to at least come down near the 800s. All right, let's see here. You guys are visiting for the first time. Glad to have you. Hang on here Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 Pacific. Make sure you leave a like. Subscribe. We're here. You guys have trading ideas, like TradeZine coming in here with that weekly level, which is great, right? Great to poke at for interest, theory. Don't be shy. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay if you're right. I should say, don't get too much ego if you're right. There's many different ways to trade the market, and a lot of ideas work. It comes down to your system and your strategy. But thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you guys. Seems like the volume definitely has slowed down a little bit. I'm going to take a peek at the 1 minute. Notice all that big selling that came in. See, 1 minute would have worked great. You would have had a sell here, boom. Another sell here, boom. Which means that there could have been another continuation, which would have been a little bit bigger than this one, but yeah, roughly another measured move down here, back to the 800s. So very interesting. Again, not in these trades because I really do want to see how this level reacts down here. We're getting close to where we're going to find buyers. Where we should find buyers is what I should say. Again, none of these tradings are recommendations. None of this trading ideas or my trades are recommendations. A lot of trumpet this morning. my slap a little different here. A little too much trumpet for my morning. So this is getting very light I mean, not light volume. This doesn't seem like it's reacting that heavy. Remember, it was like wicking around. Things were kind of moving up. Things getting really thin. It seems like it's thickening. Things just aren't moving the same as it was a little earlier. Obviously, the volume's dying down because we're getting closer to lunchtime. But even still, for the NAS, it's still pretty light. So got a couple levels here, hanging out. So if this broke, tried to go down lower, came back up into this range here. If we came back above here on the 15-minute, this could actually signal a big change, a big trap on the 15-minute. We'll see. How big is this? 29 points? That's pushing it, though. It's really pushing it. We'll see what happens. Up about 120 points on the day. Nothing crazy. 2 trading ideas so far on the 5-minute. Had a couple more. We had played a little 3-bar earlier. Played a trend break. Continuation. Here's another trend break and another 3-bar, but I'm not touching those, right? But this is what these are. We're gonna see how they play out. I'm using using a little bit of some, not intuition, just an educated slowdown. Putting my foot off the gas a little bit. I want to see how it reacts to these levels. So. Trumpet's heavy this morning. Ooh. Yeah, you do. All right. $220 points. No, not 220 points. 120 points. Full port long. Literally can't lose. You think so? At this 800 level, right, Mitch? Chol? Do you not like Mitch? I'm gonna say Clog, whatever your name is. Clar. Oh, you can. People are looking to buy this market at levels, right? They're going to be looking. A lot of people are looking to buy probably there. There's people looking to buy here at this 963. There's people looking here to buy this 855 that are probably getting stopped out. You know, all those previous support levels that are just getting ran through right now. A lot of people are looking. I do like the 800s though. I like where these buyers are here. This 800 level. I'm suspecting. You're done for the day? Dude, you savage, bro. Nice. Strong down. Yep. Oh. Yeah, for sure. Strong downtrends. I think my strat's almost 90% actually. I think I'm like high 80s, mid-high 80s in strong downtrends. Even in choppy range, I'm still up there, like 70, 75. But especially with traps, when you're playing traps at extremes of ranges, oh baby. If I could just execute well. Stick with a 5-minute. I've been sticking with a 5-minute. Today, if I would have traded the 1-minute, I wonder, let me see. I'm actually curious how I would have done with the 1-minute. You had one here, 3-bar here, so this would have been a trade. How many points is this? 102 to 70, so roughly 15-point scalp. Like when the 1-minute works, it works. works like crazy. That would have been a 15-point scalp here. This one would have got stopped out though. Maybe. You guys are seeing some backtesting live right now. Oh no, that would have got filled. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Wake up, break, top trend, 2-bar, downtrend again. I can't really see. Another 2-bar. Oh yeah. A lot of positions on the 1 minute, but 1 minute's been a little finicky lately with all that rough price action we had, so I've been cooling off of it. But there's another 47 there. Here's another one here. Let's see if this one would have got filled before getting stopped. Nope, this one would have got filled too. Yeah, 1 minute went off today. 1 minute was like prime time. Let's see, this would have been another trade here on the inside. This one got stopped out though. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Take the low. Umbrella trade this right here. Probably right here. Yep. That would have got umbrellaed. Third 2-bar here. This 2-bar would have got stopped out though. Let me see. Well, technically, this is the first 2-bar. Okay. So this one goes. Again, I'm hands off on the trade currently right now. I'm waiting for these 2 areas to fill as the market's going. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. And then this would have been not a 2-bar, so boom. Yeah, a lot of 1 minute action actually. Could have been up quite a bit on the 1 minute, but 1 minute's betrayed me so much the last 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm gonna take a little. I'm gonna chill out. I'll cut it off. Oh, I should have cut it at 9:30, but I think my first appointment canceled, or he didn't cancel. You want to be rescheduled. So I might be in this stream for a little bit longer today. It could be like a 4-hour stream. Yeah, I don't have internet at the house. I'm chilling at the shop right now, waiting patiently. Yeah, a lot of 1 minute was working today for sure. And strong downtrends, the 1 minute works fantastic. Maybe that's how I contextualize it. I just had a theory. Maybe if we break below the pre-market high. Okay, so again, look at the buying volume here stepping in. See how the buying volume's increasing here? So here's some liquidations and institutional buying here. That 3-bar would have got stopped. And this is exactly where I was expecting buyers down here, right? And we're going to see how this reacts here. Well, look at that. Look at this. So I didn't want to take it. I wouldn't mind being a seller right here, actually. Just for a little bit of some points here, but a little bit of some brownies, but I'm not going to take it. That'd be a little, it's theory. But in theory, being a seller here, I'd probably just look for a little scalp. So looking for, you know, I would want it to kind of touch this line, I'm not going to lie, but the close of that candle might have been it too. And then just looking for maybe like a few of my favorite things. Probably look for like half the size of this bar here, 35 points, and then put my stop. Yeah, probably like right here. This is a theory. Not a recommendation. This thing could get ran through, not a part of a strategy. But yeah, notice that volume. See how clean that was on the 1 minute? Buying started to step in here quite a bit. Look how clean it is too, super clean. It's like a harp version of a few of my favorite things. I don't even know where that song's from, but it's like a musical, right? Sorry, let's see here. What time do you want to cut the stream off? I'm your next appointment. Or don't. Let me tell you what dude, jump in the chair, dude. Got you. I'm going to move one of my appointments here. All right. Let's see what's going on. Back up this range. Hanging out. That's kind of a cool mix. Kind of like this. Is this an ad? No. Okay. Just making sure. Dude, look at that buying. That is definite. Okay, where are we at? We have the big buyers down here on the 15 minute. On the 1 minute, though, this is going to be your level now. Right here. We're going to call this buyers 2 on the 1 minute. Especially with how clean that is. This buyers 2. If it dips back into this range, hypothetically, I wouldn't mind being long here at this rate, at this 80s level. So, again, this trading idea is over 2 at 30s. So, if I was trading in a hypothetical account, though, I'd be interested in buying at the 80s and looking to ride that up until probably the 60s. Or maybe, let me see, yeah, 60s. Probably right below it. We have, where's this from? Yeah, there's that, and there's this little guy right here. This little sprinkle on the 1 minute. So, there's some sellers right here too. 2 sellers. Yeah, see? Boom. Would have got filled there at the 80s. Oh, maybe. Oh. Would have been close. I would have put it a little bit above that box. Not at the box. So, I think that would have been a fill for me. Personally, but that's where buyers are going to look to step in again. And then I'd be a seller probably at the right ahead of these 60s. Play between these 2 ranges. Again, not a recommendation. Just kind of hypothetical here. Oh, oh no. Ooh. I got to be a buyer here. 15-minute trap, dude. Look at that. Boom. Try to come back lower. Came back up into the range. Still can get nasty, though. How many points is this? 900? Still could get nasty. I think we retrace a little bit, but how many points of slippage was that? Roughly 10? Not even 10. 93, where'd I get at? 907 points? That's not too bad. Okay, so with this, in a strong downtrend, 15 minute, man, I was not paying attention to that 15 minute. I called that a little earlier. So 1.5, going to be looking for this right here. And then I'm actually going to be looking to get in on the 5 minute as well. So this 5 minute closes in a minute. I'm going to look to get long on this 5 minute as well and umbrella it. So we'll see. Let's see if these things come to fruition here. Still need to get above these weekly lows here, but this might be it. Volume ticked up above this. Would like the volume to step up here. So the volume's the only thing I'm not loving, even though this is going up. Not loving the time, not loving the volume here, but this 1-to-1's not too bad. So since the 15-minute context is giving me an open here, I can also get in long with the 1 minute, 5 minute. So not gonna lie, I'm dealing with a little bit of that, like wanting to protect my money. So volume increasing here to the buy side. So actually, we could be at the very beginning of some institutional buying down here. I'm gonna go long here again. Not a recommendation. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. And I'm going to put a stop. 2 stops are going to be down here, actually. I'll just leave them both down there. I'm going to umbrella this trade. So first umbrella of the day. Yeah, it's going to be umbrellaed up to that 2013 level. So notice how it cleaned up here. Volume's increasing. Would like to see a continuation here. Again, remember, I said I was afraid to be a seller down at these levels, at the down here, right, where these buyers were, and they're like front running it. So we have buyers here on the 1 minute, which we're not on the 1 minute, we're trading the 5 minute, but nonetheless, we do have strong buyers here on that 1 minute. So if it does retrace down here, we should see that come into play. So we still have sellers here, short-term sellers, small sellers here, but really, right where this fair value gap is on the 1 minute or 5 minute, no, 1 minute. But this is where our strong sellers were from before. So, you know, in theory, you could take one at the 80s up here because we're going to see some resistance up here. But I'm feeling, yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen here. We'll see what happens. 13, where would 13 put us here? 13 put us there? Yeah, that's not bad. I would start feeling some heavy resistance here at this, doing a little like wick test here at this level. Wherever that is. Well, we don't need to go all the way over. Let's just leave it here. Don't need to go all the way over there either. So 54s. So 2054s is actually where I think we're gonna have some daily levels here. So man, it's crazy. I really don't want to like be risking $400 with micros, but it is what it is. Got to trade the day. So yeah, in two longs here, two contexts. In a 15-minute context, umbrellaing the 5-minute here. Have some clean buying volume. Multiple points pointing up. Both of those trades would have got stopped out of. So look at that, a little bit of intuition working there for me because me knowing where these buyers are. New institutional buying happened here, and then yeah, we're gonna see. These are some smaller time frame sellers, some 1-minute sellers. So against a 15 and a 5-minute context, this shouldn't even be an issue. And then as far as this up here, this 1-minute fair value gap, we're under the 15-minute context again. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna cut my mic really quickly. All right, sorry, I had a little phone call there. So big buying came in. We saw it on the 1-minute, right? 1-minute big buyers started coming here. We marked these levels, and you know, obviously huge volume, huge buy side volume. Not huge, but a ton of it. See, cumulatively, but pretty big. Right ahead of where we suspected these buyers were going to be at 800, which is why I didn't want to hold those shorts into those 800. These both would have got stopped. And looking for some continuation. Now we have some 1-minute resistances here. Boom, boom. That's what those levels are marked at. So on a 1-minute basis, but we're in a trade off of 5-minute and 15-minute context. So this should blow through these. Even if we roll over, come back and test the 80s of this range, which is very possible, likely even, should be looking for the buyers to step back in here at this 80s level. So there's that. And then we'll see. And then I think someone mentioned here earlier, we had a weekly, last week's, what is this? Last week's low? Last week's low, yep. Someone mentioned last week's low here would act as support. That's this white line right here. What is that blue line up there? What's this purple line? What is this one? Purple? Yesterday's low? No, it couldn't have been yesterday's low, I don't think. Was it? No, yesterday's low was way up here. The 63. Is that what that is? 63? Oh, that may have been 63 actually. Yeah, yep, 56 technically. Okay. Strong buying here. Let's see if we finish it out here. So I'm gonna cut my mic a little bit. just ripping, hopefully for some continuation here. So again, these right here, you have bears trapped here. We broke out, tried to go lower, came back up into here. You have these dudes that shorted it trapped. Boom, 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 trapped. And some of that bottom wick too down here. So really about these guys, these shorts are trapped. The majority of them, even though that volume is kind of low. Still. So since I'm trading against trend, give appropriate measurement for how much profits I'm taking, but that's it. Dewey, good morning. Nice to have you. How'd you do this morning? Yeah, very wild here. Hopefully get a little bit of this continuing. Man, if we can get up here, these levels. So remember, there's sellers here. Let me get rid of this. This is the clean chart. I'm going to get rid of this too. This is just exemplifying that short trap. We have these sellers that we're running through right here on the 5-minute. You know, in theory, it wouldn't make me feel bad to take one off here at the 80s. But I'm just going to hold this all the way up. 1-minute fair value gap up here. For ICT people. Have that market too. So buyers 1, buyers 2, and actually with how this buying is happening, we can consider a big level of buyers here. But we'll see. Get rid of this level because that's probably going to get taken here. And notice the top of this range, a little bit of resistance here, nothing too crazy. See that? So you also have your second level of 1-minute buyers right here. Huge volume. All the way up. Right here. Some Willy Wonka? Heck yes. Perfect. I've actually had some of that stuck in my head. Alright, buyers 3 here. Let's see. If we actually get a little bit of wick, that would be our let me say this, but these buyers should look to reinforce. So even if we cut down a little bit, we'll see. But you have these sellers from over here previously. So that's where our resistance is here. Not too high volume on the buying. Buyers is not too interested here. Wicking down, and then the close of this bar is going to kind of tell us where the buyers are serious at. A little bit big of an uptick in sell volume. All right, let's see. Now, if it starts cracking this, that'll be interesting. But our real sellers are up here, this 80s. I was tempted to take one up there, but that's all right. We're good. Yes, so buyers look, see, buyers looking to reinforce here now. Tapping in here, so this is where I would say our actual level is of buying. Buying serious again, kind of stepped up. So we'll see if we get a little bit of continuation here. If we flash below this, still have buyers here, and then ultimately we have buyers here, but I don't want to be a part of that mix. I'm right between these two guys. So hopefully we can get that little bit of a move up here, but all is well. From a 5-minute standpoint, strong buying is here. See the volume's increasing with buy side volume. That's great. That's what we want if we're in a long. As long as this 5-minute bar doesn't. Oops, sorry about that, Mike. Sorry, as long as that sell side volume doesn't get crazy, we're looking good. A little bit of construction going on here, so I'm cutting my mic here. Not talking as much for right now, so things start picking up. But yeah, we're present. It's waiting around. The reason why I'm moving that buyers down is because I want to see. It's where buyers should be looking to step in. If they don't step in there, then I'm going to say that those buyers got absorbed. So as naturally as absorption happens, I'm moving it down to where there should be buyers. All right, just coming around these charts here, we're looking to put this back on the 5-minute real quick. No need to look at the 1 minute when we're in a 5-minute context. So clean it up, go to the clean chart. Nothing new here. Need strong buyers above this level if we want to actually see this market turn. If we want to see the momentum shift. We found buyers at the bottom, but if we want to see this kind of get eaten back up, we need to find buyers. Not only absorb these huge sellers here, but we need to find strong buyers up at this level. If we find strong buyers up here, we might actually see a little bit of some revamping up here, but would not be surprised to see this retrace below these levels off these 80s or around this 20,000 area here. Especially looking at the daily here, you know, this line that I've marked here, that 2057, 2067, that's yesterday's low. We're gonna have a hard time getting above that. I feel like there's gonna be sellers looking to sell into that, buyers looking to take profit there. So levels to keep in mind. Again, look at the 5-minute here, so we're just chilling. That sell side volume, you see how low that sell side volume was? That's positive as a long, that being so low in comparison to all the buying that just happened. So 15 minutes, just continue to quake up here, and we should test these sellers at the 80s. None of this is a recommendation, by the way. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. But yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen in these levels. So going to be between these two players in the meantime. This might take a little while. That's not a bad time to get a snack. I don't really need to get out of any of these positions here. Even my bottom trend, right, is pretty wide. See that? Now I can steepen it, but I really won't be taking too much context off the steepening. So 5 minutes here, 15-minute. Hopefully we get a little bit more follow through here. Big, nice, wide range bar with a body that's over 75% of the total candle is good. And yeah, just hoping for a little bit of continuation here. Need to get above these levels. Was expecting some sell side pressure here at these levels as we got it, and that was mostly from the 1 minute. Mostly from the 1 minute here. See where I marked this seller's baby. That's a 1 minute. And then the buyer's off a 1 minute level 2. So now we got the big sellers up here. We got a fair value gap up here on the 1 minute up here as well. So different time frames, but really I'm not looking to make when I'm in a 15-minute context here in a 5 minute umbrella to the upside, I'm really not looking at I'm not looking at the 1 minute as an area, really. I'm just pointing it out for the stream. Now if we get a break above this level here, volume gets up above the sell volume, I'm going to be interested to get long again. Again, with these strong sellers up here, I may not, notice the sell volume here. So if this buy volume, I can't really see, but if this, see the sells here are this candle, see that? So if this buy volume comes in and meets or gets above this sell volume, I'll look for a continuation to the upside and to break above these levels. But if we can't get that volume, up there to those levels, then I'm probably not going to add to the long. If anything, I'm going to be expecting some downside pressure. Probably another flutter down here and then come back up. So even still, it's still likely we can come back down here and actually hit the 800s to find strong buyers, but we're in under that context. So I'm saying me and my strategy, co-pilots. So let's see here. See if that buying volume can get up there. Notice that volume is really tapered off here. And then the 15 minutes is looking messy. All right, let's bring this to one chart. I don't know why I have two going here. Well, actually, two's not a bad idea. Cut my mic real quick. Going to be a little longer stream today. Had my first appointment get rescheduled. He was at 9 o'clock, so Pacific. Have another little hour here. Might go get a snack while this trade's going. We'll see. Let's hang it in there. Consolidation at this range. If we go back to our regular chart here, we have buyers here, which we're just kind of trending between these two ranges. Mark this on the 1 minute, put baby for 1 minute timestamp, and just kind of flagging out, right? Big flagpole flagging out here. I don't really trade patterns, but that's the idea. So sellers are trying to step in here above these levels. You do have your sellers, basically version 2 of these sellers that kind of kicked back in here, right here. So I'm going to be trading between these two ranges until we break out. Either break down below or break up to the upside, which it's going to be interesting to see which one happens. If we're looking from a, you know, a lot of buy volume happened here. Sellers cooled off a touch. Buyers came in a lot of volume, not a lot of high volume, but a lot of like stretched volume. And then we're getting these little spikes of short volume here. So if we see, and then a low volume bull. So if we start seeing low volume bulls, high volume spikes, sell spikes, momentum could be shifting again on the 1 minute. But we're looking at a 15-5 minutes, so not too concerned about that. Notice what I said about the volume. Again, see the volume starting to spike on the short side. And the buying, oh gosh, this thing's in my way. Notice that big spike volume down there. So I wish this would go away. How do we get this to go away? Well, nonetheless, you guys can see the volume when I'm talking about down here. So volume spiking is increasing, starting to get a lot more sell side volume. So a lot of these buyers here are getting chewed up, right? So very likely that we come down to, let's see here, I'm gonna get rid of this level here. Very likely that we maybe come down to these buyers again at the 80s. So especially with that sell volume starting to increase a little bit. know these charts are looking messy. Sorry about that. Taking a look at the 5-minute here. Um, Again, we did have strong buyers here at this range. This is another level I marked here. So we're expecting the top of this range here. We'll say like roughly right here, back to these 80s. This is where I'm expecting it to come back and retrace it, since all those buyers got taken out a little bit. So this 80s level here, and then we have respect of this trend of when, again, trend is not just an imaginary line. It's accumulation at a degree, right? People are accumulate this at a rate. You can say rate of change or whatever. So those things are something to keep in mind. By the way, if this breaks out, this green candle comes back up to this 40s level, that's another bear trap. I'm going to look to add another long there. Not a recommendation. I'm not a financial advisor. I want to see it get above this 40s level. There we are. It's got to hold though. If it goes above 56, I will not take the long. It's above 56. Got to close above 56 though. See, dip down to those buyers, and those buyers just chewed them all back up. This comes back below 56, I'll take it long. If not, I'm not getting it long. Not a recommendation. That's a no long, but it looks good for my longs. It's just I can't add here. So we'll see how it goes. Would love to see some volume just kick up into these levels and take it out. Yeah, new buying interest at that 80s level would be great for the long. Interest above there would get us moving a little faster, actually. So, but we have a lot of sellers to work through if we're going to continue this up. So, be interesting to see what happens here. I know, right, Dewey? It's like, come on, let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's pop off here. Where are you at? Where's your levels at in this scenario? So again, I don't think this is so much selling as it is not a lack of buying interest up here. So selling will happen. There was some selling that happened, but now there's some buyers, a little bit of buyers stuck up there, but we'll see. We'll see how this continues. But yeah, need buying interest at the 80s. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like the video, subscribe, follow me, streaming Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9:30. I'll have fast track, different props up. I'm trading from a laptop right now though, but we're making it happen. Sitting here at work and yeah, continue on. Dewey sent me some charts looking at the ATR at 66, average true range. We looked at it as a area of resistance. And a couple other charts, couldn't really see them that well. I didn't want to pop them open on the browser, but yeah, interesting. Come on, 80s. Let's make it happen. Flagging out here, the price action looks pretty clean, surprisingly, on the 1 minute. I thought I was going to look at a bunch of chop. That's not too bad. There's a little bull flag pattern here on the 1 minute. See if we can take these sellers out at the 80s level. See that there's a seller still present here at these levels. Got a break, see if we can continue. There's the 80s, see if we can get up here now. A lot of sellers to work through up here at these levels, so we're going to need a big push here. All right, I took one there, just getting up into the seller's range. I'm happy with this area. Holding 2 up into this though, expecting a big rejection. I'll look to reload if we do pop lower. I'll look to reload off of that, but if we get filled, great too. Both of these things are great. But I figured I can get one at better pricing since I'm holding both. If we reject off these sellers a little bit, the trade is still validated, so wouldn't mind getting a better price. If I can, if I took profits a little too soon on one, that's okay with me. We're still in for a couple. Also, we had another trade set up with the 5 minute here, another little break here, but my thesis is, yeah, we got about these levels here, but I wanted to see some volume actually kick up here, right? And we're not getting that. We're actually getting slowing down of volume a little bit. If this candle can get up here in volume, I may take these two into the context higher. But if not, then this is where I'm standing. So if we get back down below these levels, I'll look to be a buyer down here to add to that context of this 2-bar again, just getting it at a better pricing. So that's the idea and the strategy going forward. Samo, I took one off. And again, none of these trades are recommendations, but yeah, I'm going to be looking to be a buyer, maybe at the 80s. Definitely would love to be a buyer at the 800s, but yeah, I took one off up here because this is where we're expecting big sellers, right? As we're seeing big sellers, so I took one off as we entered into that, take a little profit. I'm thinking I'll add another one at this 80s level down here. And then see if we kind of come higher to test these sellers again. We do have buyers here as well, but was expecting big selling to happen here. Now it's up to these buyers. Can the buyers make it happen here? And again, you had decent size. We didn't really increase in volume. We kind of just like tapered in volume here. So I want to see these buyers kind of step back up in here again. So that's where I'm going to look to go. Not look to go long, but I did take one off there just in case something like this happened.
At the University of Arizona, we believe everyone is born with wonder. Where will your wonder take you, and what will it make you? The University of Arizona. Wonder makes you. Start your journey at wonder.
All right, so I'm putting a little strategy here. Oh, I'm sorry about the ad, guys. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Stop. Sorry about the ad. I don't even think I'm supposed to be playing ads. I hope my video doesn't get clapped because that ad played. I'm sure the ad people don't mind, but YouTube might mind. Well, hopefully they don't delete my video because of that ad. That would suck. Nonetheless, it's alright if they do. I just don't want to get a mark in my account. Okay. I'm going to change this too. Let's see here. There we go. Alright. So, here's the strategy here. We did have strong buying here. I'm putting a limit buy right where we found buyers before. I'm going to put a tight stop on it. So if this, where these buyers were, I'm going to buy with them. If they get ran through, I'm only going to lose probably like $30. And then I'm going to buy another stop somewhere down here, probably at the 80s, right? So let me see. I'll put another one. I want to get good pricing, so I'll put another one like right here. Put another one right here. So if we do a quick flush, like a massive quick flush all of a sudden, flush down, I'm going to enter here, see if these buyers are still interested. If they're still interested, we're going to hopefully take it to the upside. If not, and we crack through them, I'm putting my stop here, and we're going to see if we get down to this level where I'm going to be looked to be a buyer again, and then my actual real stop is going to be down here. So this is the way I took profits off this move. I'm limiting some of my, I'm creating a little bit more exposure at a better price. This trade is still validated off of these traps, and we actually had a break here on the 15-minute even. So if this bar goes green in the next 13 minutes, this is going to be an ad on the 15-minute again. So it's not looking bad. Notice the low volume selling that happened there on the 15-minute even. So we could see this get taken right here, especially with that lack of sellers. So just a little bit of a strategy. Trying to finesse it a little bit. We already got some up here. So even if I bought down here at the 60s, I'm still, you know, I made another $80 at that point. So, but this is exactly where I thought there was going to be sellers, right? We have strong sellers here. This is where they are. They're right here at this level. And obviously they're still present. So notice that uptick in volume on the 5-minute here, right? Not quite as big as this buying volume, but still pretty big. So things to keep in mind. Take a quick little break right here. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hopefully all these stops don't get ran through in 5 minutes. That'd be wild. But if they do, then I guess I'm in the position. All right, I'm back. Again, if you're new, welcome to the stream. Streaming Monday through Friday night, 6:30 to 9:30 Pacific. looking mostly at price action, a little bit of ideas with some theory with sellers are, and trying to base plays off of that. So, um, just a little recap on the morning. Let's take a look at some cleaner price action here. Sorry about these sell limit orders; they're going to be in the way a little bit. I don't even know if we'll get down there, but I would love to get down there and reload. Huge sell off this morning, right? I had a 2-bar break here, which is beautiful. Took this short, got it to roughly right here at this level here, right at the bottom of the short. I think I took profits at like 46 or something, 47. I took some off here, did end up hitting my stop. Now I was supposed to go short again here. I was supposed to go short with these two candles. Actually, these two candles. So I was supposed to go short with this and get down into this measured move here. So supposed to get down to like 752 area, and I decided against it. And the reason why I decided against it, because we had big buyers here at this 70 area. Big buyers, like big buyers from previous. So notice that we didn't get there. Not only did we not get there, we actually would have got stopped out at that level right up here. So as we ripped up, we had a bear trap on the 15 minute. So broke down, tried to go lower, came back into the range here. I took the bear trap long, and now I'm still in the 15-minute context of the bear trap. We also had a bit of a trend break right here at this level. So I took one long for there as well. So with that, I added and I sold, ended up selling right into this area where I knew there were sellers. Took one profit, and now I'm still in my 15-minute context for the upside. This trade's not going to be invalidated unless we get down to the 814 level, which we should find buyers again. If we don't and we get stopped, that's okay too. We ended up hedging a little bit, so that ended up working out. But here's the next set of trades that we're doing. So because I want to reload it into this 5-minute context, I would love to be a buyer back where these buyers are right here. And if these guys get ran through, I'm going to put a quick stop here. Boom, boom. And then if they get ran through down here, I'm going to front run this a little bit and be a buyer up in this level. So, and then that's where I'm actually going to do my true reload. This is going to be just in case buyers reverse it here. This is not my FOMO, but this is kind of my, like, let's just make sure that I'm not going to get dread on right here. So I might actually do this. I might take some points off from this sell side, and I might get a little bit closer pricing there, about the same difference in terms of how much I would lose to gain. And now we're just kind of treading down a little bit. Let's go to our clean chart. We have a big wick here. Let me get rid of this. We have our trend here. We had another trend break up here. Didn't take it because of the low volume. Again, I was looking at the volume here. These two candles. Well, actually, not those two candles. This candle here, right? This is the candle that we broke above, but we did it with such light volume that I said, you know what? I don't want to take this because that volume is really light compared to this volume here. I would have liked to see at least 3/4, right? That wasn't even half, I don't think. Barely half. So it wasn't enough buy volume for me to get serious. Ended up selling a one up here where the sellers are again. And now I'm looking to see if we can add back to that position, hopefully at a little bit lower of a state. We also have our bottom pivot here. We could get a little bit more aggressive by going like this. This would be the next level here. And we're going to see how it reacts here. So there's that break. We're currently here in the market. This is our clean chart, and you know it's getting kind of consolidationary when our clean chart's looking messy. So yeah, and besides that, those are the levels. This is the area. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Trade well. Stay disciplined. I'm trying to. Samu, just seeing your comment. So I've been trading for 7 years. I started off just kind of like how everybody else started off, you know, thinking trading was, you know, it needed to be news-based and, you know, this and that. And then I ended up getting into, you know, obviously, you know, what they were saying, like 1 to 2% a day. That's it, right? But finding stocks that move 1 to 2% at the time was kind of tough until you got into penny stocks. So started trading a little bit of penny stocks, still didn't do it appropriately. I wasn't looking at technical analysis, but as I was holding into these positions, I was starting to study technical analysis. And then I found options, and then options was just this beautiful mix. Loved options. Um, options still, I'm going to trade options when I get a little bit more capital here. But I ended up moving to the Bay. We had a family emergency, big emergency. We actually just getting out of it right now, and I couldn't afford to trade options because options you have to be comfortable risking a lot. Not a lot, just you know, a decent amount. And I couldn't. It was better for me to go the prop firm route because the low entry level and it could be consistent, disciplined. So I ended up developing a strategy. This song is going crazy, crazy. Okay, no, thank you. That was a little bit too heavy. A little bit too heavy. Let me see here. Let's go here. That was whoever balanced that song was insane. Nonetheless, started working really hard on a futures contract here, and I've been trading with these different great traders. You know, taking and back testing and getting data for this current strategy. I call it the house blend that I'm working with right now. And yeah, nonetheless, the strategy is profitable. I love it. It's something I made too, right? So I piggybacked off of some Al Brooks, started studying Al Brooks a little bit, his price action, and Al Brooks is fantastic, fantastic scalper. See there, I wanted that buy and it just didn't give it to me. I'm a little bummed right now because that was 3 points away. This is where that buy would have happened. I wonder if that was the trend. Oh man, just missed it there. That's a little bit disappointing. That was the reload right there at 28. Dang. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. If this thing rips and continues to the upside, that would have been another $200. But it's all right. I'll come back down. If it comes back down again, it should come back down lower. But that was the test. That was the test that I wanted. I even gave it a little bit of room above it. So now, yeah. So now we're here. Strategy's profitable. I love it. I'm just still, I'm becoming professional with the psychology, and it's taking me a long time. I didn't realize how egotistical I am. I'm very egotistical when it comes to my trading and how I think I just wing things. It's a very unfortunate trait that I have. So I muscle through that trait, and yeah, all I have to do is trade the strat. The strat works. It's when I start going rogue. But notice it bounced right off this area here again where we would find those buyers. So. Man, what a disappointment here. So I'm actually going to remove this trade because if we actually come back down here again, I'm going to expect me to get the fill down here. So, but hopefully this is the moment. I don't want to go too crazy and get in, get out, get in, get out. I'll just hold on to this trade here. We already took profits, so if we get another couple hundred, that'd be nice. Dude, he's talking about the 3 minute, 3 minutes clear. Let's take a look. So yeah, we actually have a little bit of action here. So this would be a bear trap here. Boom, to the upside. That one ran through. Came down again, a little bit of break, came back into range. This is another bear trap here on the 3 minute. I'm not going to take it per se, just because I haven't done any back testing on the 3 minute. But here's your first trap here. So here's your bodies, and then here's your wicks. It's almost a bear trap. It's like borderline. It's very close. There's a little bit of a gap. This is probably a B minus setup here, but it ended up working out. So that it is a trap, but it's just not an excellent quality trap. This one's actually a little bit better quality. Broke out of these bodies here. Try to go lower. Huge bottoming wick to the upside. This is a good take from a 3 minute standpoint. I could add one. Big volume. But I'm going to stay a little disciplined. even though this can hit up, I'm just going to stay a little bit more disciplined. So I wanted this one. This would have been it right here, man. Just a couple points off. It would have tapped that area again. That would have been just gorgeous. So now these buyers are accumulating, right? Buyers are accumulating and accumulating, and it's either going to be, there's going to be a lack of buying interest up at these levels, or sellers are just going to overtake them, which can happen both ways. See, we're starting to dip down a little bit more aggressive now. If we tap, I want to be a buyer down here. This is where I actually want to be a buyer at. Really, I mean, we did tap, so I would have got that fill, but I wanted that fill to happen the first time. The first one would have been a little bit better for me. See if we get down to these levels now. Let's see. Can we? Please? Come on. No. Oh. It's pretty thin right here, so we should still be able, I might get a little bit more room. A little bit more. Barely. Let's see. Oh. Oh my goodness. How many times is this going to happen? Oh, what are the odds? That's unbelievable. I missed it twice. Look at 3 points, 2.75 points. Oh man, this is where we're expecting the buyers to happen. So buyers are still here. They tried to take it down here and it just didn't get the fill. I'm still gonna put it here. I don't feel as confident if it came back into this range, but if we close above this level on the wick, may look to buy. That is just man. What are the odds? I get 2 points here, 2 points here. Oh man. Dewey showed came down to a 3-minute ATR, average true range. A little too slow with music here. For that action that just happened, I need some like, hey, we need to get some actual music pumping here. It's samurai lo-fi mix. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. That's unbelievable. I can't believe that happened twice right there. Great pricing. Getting a little bit better though. I haven't back tested this level idea, but I mean, you see how well it works, right? I mean, man, how many stops do you think they ran through by people putting stop losses here? Oh my goodness, you're kidding me. That would have been a beauty. It's like a fish that you almost bring in, right? Like you have the fish, you bring in the fish, it's to the side of the boat, and as you're about to put it in the net, it breaks the line and swims away. It's just like the worst feeling ever. Dude, if I would have hit that, I would have felt like a samurai, you know? Straight ninja. Trading ninja. That was too repetitive. They were doing that same look over and over again in the very beginning. I was like, it's too much. This is just too chill. Can I find a happy medium? Alright. I'm rolling back with Jazz. Can't do chill hop. Give me that fantastic. Let's see, New York Jazz hop. Let me see. Let me see. Here we go. Chicago Jazz hop. Here we go. I like Chicago. Yeah, no kidding. That I guarantee you, huge liquidity grab, right, or whatever it was. Oh, Israel military. What that just happened? Missiles were launched from Iran into Israel right now. Ooh, that's crazy. I wonder if that was the drop there. What do you think? That could shift momentum of this market to the downside if people are looking at escalation in terms of escalation here. So that could have been that initial because of that news. That could have been the drop off in news, and this might kill a different momentum for us here if that's actual. So let's see what happens here with this news. Now, I don't have a back-tested situation off news like that, so I'm not going to make a decision based off of it, but that is interesting. We're going to see how the market reacts here. So far, just hanging in that pocket, right? We're figuring out what's going to happen here. Big news drop, so we're going to see. Is that enough going to be able to take the market? We should find buyers down here again. This time, I'm probably not going to buy because of that news. I want to see if these buyers are going to still maybe take it, because if people are going to be viewing this as escalation, everything like that, this could get a little hairy here. So let's find out. Yeah, going to be interesting to see how this reacts here. I'm just looking at the news right now. I'm checking out, seeing different newsletters, different sources. Just kind of looking into that because they're saying they're preparing to attack, right? So a preparing to attack is more of they released that news strategically, right? If they did attack, then that's unexpected. Does that make sense? Because they're not gonna, if they're saying preparing to attack, then that's more of they're dropping it at this time for a reason, right? So nonetheless, we'll see what happens here. If they did attack, then that's uncontrolled. They're just relaying what happened. Again, if you're new to the stream here, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Stream Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 Pacific. Back at the bottom of this range here. Should find buyers here down at this 80s level. Because of the news, I'm not looking quite to reload yet, but I may get in here. We'll see. temper that music down a little bit for me. It's real loud in my head. I think I'll be here in about 18 minutes. I have to leave. I'll still be in this trade though. But the stream, I might still run the stream, but definitely not going to be super. Well, let me see here. Let me check my schedule here. I probably won't be able to be active until power hour. Yeah, 11:30. I have a tiny window, so basically market close. So this will probably be cut of the stream in about 18 minutes here. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Notice the volume of those sellers too, right? I mean, I know that's news related, but nonetheless, it's still a lot of sell side volume. I mean, you see the market react to that. So we'll see what happens here. We do have buyers here at this level, but we're gonna see if they're looking committed or not. Might test a new low again. Notice how on the 15-minute, we just kind of dredged up, boom, 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 and then just immediately cut through. So this is kind of interesting to see watch happen. But again, this is where the big sellers were. We dipped into that level and we just sold off as well from a technical standpoint. So I'm going to be looking to add another one here somewhere. This is where buyers are. So if institutions still want to defend their positions, they're going to defend it here. So let's see what happens here. Actually, what do we have? 7 points? 17 points? No, 20 points off. No, that's a little too much for me. That'd be cool with 7 points, not 20 points. See if we come down. If we get back down into these levels again, we'll see. It'll be interesting. We had new sellers here. Let's see if we start dipping below. Now look at the sell side volume compared to the buy side volume here. So if we start selling heavy into this and the volume goes crazy, this could cut right through this. I'll look to add. I'm glad I took a profit up there. That was really actually that was pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where I got that fill at. Where is that fill at? How do I see? That fill was at 988. 988. It took it right ahead of that, right there. Boom. So, yeah, 988. Kind of touching the zone now. Should find buyers. I should be a buyer here, to be honest with you. But that news just kind of, we'll see. It might get eaten up again. In the middle here. What are we at? 90 points, 70 points, another 660 loss compared to 200. I don't really want to go flat on the day. Oh, so Iran launched over 100 ballistic missiles in Israel. Oh, okay. It's nothing they haven't done before, but that is escalation. So maybe see a little bit of flush down here. Still gonna look for these buyers though. Yeah, that's not that's not a maybe. That's not preparing. That is it happened. All right. Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna take one here. I'm gonna take one here and I'm gonna sell it up here. And if I get stopped, I get stopped. Actually, I'll pull another stop a little bit below this. Where are we at here? 74. I'll do a 3-point stop below that, which might get stopped right here. Put a tight one on this. Because the buyers are going to take it. They're going to take it right now. Okay, so that got stopped out. Okay, we start drifting down here into these levels again. I'm gonna look to add somewhere down here. How much time's left in this? 237. Big change. Look at this change in momentum here. It's really amazing to see. 2 bar here. Bars are scooping him up again. Real tough. Sell volume decreasing. I don't know if you see that happening. We'll see. I don't really want to hold on for multiple points here, but we're going to see what's going to happen. Tempted. You know what? I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to cut it. I want to protect a little bit of capital I made today. Got a little piece there. I don't know what's going to happen with this news. And if the market, that's a catalyst that can change this buying. So, and I have to work in 12 minutes, so I can't really manage this trade. Sell volume is decreasing. There should still be buyers here. There's definitely going to be buyers here. Definitely. So this trade's not invalidated at all. It's just I'm okay with it. I'm up 300. A lot of different levels of sellers here. We definitely could do a trend up, back up to the 100s, the 80s. But with that news, I'm not the. I just want to see how the market reacts, because after the news happens here, this may change the context of the trading day. For example, having a break here, having a short side set up here on the 5-minute. Again, we still have shorts that are trapped here, but that was before the news. So, I mean, you see that uptick in volume. So we'll see what happens. That's my thesis. I'm sticking with it. Yeah, no problem, Dewey. I'm still going to keep an eye out. 10 minutes. Let me see. I might go snack something to eat, actually. Yeah, I'm going to snag something to eat. That sounds good. That sounds like a good time to take a break here anyways. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. If you're new here, appreciate you stopping by. Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Sorry, p.m. Pacific. Loud explosions heard in Jordan Valley. Ooh, yeah, news is popping in now. So again, the buyer is still here from an institutional level, so we'll see if that holds. But nonetheless, I'm out, guys. I'm signing off. You guys take care. Appreciate you guys again. See you tomorrow. My internet's coming in tomorrow, so I'll actually be having the Fast Track account up today. We would have been up on the Fast Track account. That would have been excellent. But nonetheless,